Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
Image, remember image. That's a topic we'll get into after 30 minutes. Okay. So now let's back to this question. Can I have this answer for this question for all of you? How can I go inside a container? Hello? Yeah, so there's one method which is called exec method. What is exec method? I just tried it out, some of the commands. So here using this method, you can execute, please understand that. You can execute any executable. You can execute any executable inside a container. Okay. You can execute any containers inside a container. Example, let me show you the demo for that. Okay, so I go here. So guys, look at my screen, all of you. Docker, yes, there's a two container. From Ubuntu, from HTTP, there's a two container. Docker execute what? Inside this container, what do you want to execute? ls. See? ps-ea. See? And now I want to execute exec inside this container. What you want to execute? ps-ea. See here, it's not executing. Why? Because this executable is not inside this container of HTTPD, but in this Ubuntu container, it was there. So that's the reason it says, hey, that command which you are trying to run is not set in the path of the container. Make sense, guys, all of you? All of you? Yes. So now the question was how to go inside a container. So guys, you know what? Remember, you are a human being and you always interact with the system using shell. Remember shell. You can interact with the system like a shell, bash shell, conch shell, C shell, different PowerShell. So you can interact with the system. So when you use exec, you can execute bash with interactive mode. You can go inside a container. Simple. What I'm saying, see, using exec command, what you can do, execute any executable. Bin bash is also executable. But if you want to interact with it, if you want to always hold the sessions for that, so you have to interact with it, IT interactions, then you can go inside a container. So how do you do that? So let's look at my screen, guys. Docker ps, and now this container I want to go inside that. So Docker exec -it, okay, and then this container, and then paste, and then bin bash. Okay, so that means what I'm saying, hey, Docker execute what? This into what container? This one. In what mode? Interactive mode. And where are you right now? Tell me, where are you right now?
The container.
Do whatever you want. I'm not going to teach you what you want to do inside a container, because if you can work in the physical server of Linux, same thing you can do with the virtual server of Linux, and the same thing you can do with the container source. You can do anything, whatever you want. Installing application, downloading of files, editing of files, doing something. And see here, who are you? Tell me that if you have a great understanding. Who are you? Who am I right now? Which process ID? What is my process ID on which I am?
71.
71. That's correct. 100% correct. So if I want to kill my parent, this is not allowed actually. So I have to become one to kill bash, and then suicide is also not allowed by the way. So not illegal. Okay. Anyways, so that's the thing. So I will exit. That means this will be exit. Container will still running, right? So container is still running. So guys, I taught you how to go inside a container. Always you have to use a bash. Any bash, you can shell, you can use any shell, but most of us we are using bash. So let's not talk about anything else. Now the question is, there's one more command which we have is attach. Now I have tried it out. I don't know how many of you have noticed it. I tried attach. Now what is attach is doing? So guys, using attach command, mind it, using attach command, you can get attached to PID1 shell, you can say PID1 session. You can say. PID1 means, see here. So PID1 is bash here and HTTPD around. This is for the HTTPD, this is for the bash. Okay. So can I do the PID1 of the both? I mean, can I do the attach of the both? Let me do that. So guys, look at my screen, Docker attach. Which one? Ubuntu container. And here, where are you? Who are you? So right now you are this. So I am getting the console bash, right? Because it's a bash. Bash, it's a bash. So this is you. You attach to the PID1. But now the question is, I will exit this container. Will exit. Why? Because the container is PID1 is not running. Container got exited. You saw that. So how do I do that? So now, you know, guys, I'm going to start this container first. And let me show you. Start this. And now you have it. And now again I go back right now. And I how to come out of it? I don't want to run exit, because the moment I run exit, PID1 get killed, and PID1 get killed, container will get exit. I don't want the container to be exited. So what do we do? Then guys, I will teach you one magic commands, console commands, which is the control plus P plus Q. Will you remember this statement? Why we use it? Safely exit from container without a killing it. Understood now, all of you? So here if I press Control P Q and see here, I'm out of the container without killing it. All of you are understanding now?
Yes.
So now guys, if I attach to HTTP container, let me see here. Before that, see here. Where are you now? Tell me. Where are you? It's not taking any commands actually. See. Where are you right now?
The container of HTTPD.
PID1. Please remember that. Using attach command, you can attach to the PID1 of the sessions of the container. So basically, you know what? You PID1, you attach to the PID1 of the container of HTTPD, and which is HTTP foreground, and this is not your bash, so they will understand your command. Bash it was here, so you were able to run the command. So what do we do in this case? Simple, guys. Look at my screen, all of you. I am going to console. I am going to log in from the another machines, same machines. I'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to log in the same machines. Okay. And sudo -s. Guys, look at my screen. I am accessing that container, same container. But you know what? I want the this container network. So how do we get to the IP address of this container? So inspect command will use it. And what is up here? This is the IP address. Okay. Now guys, look at my screen here. HTTP curl. I'm hitting through the command line. Okay, not browser. Okay, and oops, I think it was which IP address? I forgot. It was 3. So 3. See here. Now I would like to show you here. See. I access one. See, that means you are seeing the logs of the container. That means any traffic which is made against the Apache, you are seeing the logs. Basically, you are attached to the PID1 of the container, but PID1 can be anything. And here in HTTPD, the PID1 is HTTPD foreground, which is running your containers all which. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So remember that this is good for the troubleshooting. And I kill this here. I kill this here. And the container also get killed because of PID1 got killed and container got killed. Okay. So this is the one. So now if someone asks you, hey, how do you get inside the container? You can say, hey, exit. You can use with the IT mode and shell, or attach. If it is a bash, you can go inside the container. How do you troubleshoot the container? So you can attach to the container PID1 and see the logs of it. And there's a few other commands also that the Docker logs and most of them. So yes, this is the way. Now the next question is, how can I access the container from outside? So HTTP. But guys, look at my screen here. This is a very important session for all of you. This is a very important session for all of you. There's a container running. I want Apache container to be running actually, because that's a website, right? So here, this is the container I want to run. So Docker start this container. Okay. And now, see here, ps command, you got all this here. So I'm running this container right now, HTTPD. So can I access this container? Just now access, if you remember that, I access this container and using this command, which is inspect command, I got a IP address. See, I can access, but same IP address, can I access from outside? See, no. Why I'm not able to access? Understand that requirement first. So it's very important concept. All of you have to focus it. So see guys here, mind you, this is your VM, and the VM has certain IP address. Okay, now this is me somewhere outside in Bangalore. Can I access this IP address? Yes, which I'm accessing right now in front of you. But you know what? The containers is running here. Containers has IP address, but the scope of IP address is limited to the host only. So because of that, this container, can you access directly here? No. This is yes. This is no. Why no? Because this container got a local IP address from the Docker. Okay. And the scope of this is Docker. So what do we do in this case? AWS also has a similar situation I explained in the last session. So what we do typically in this case, if there's a one network which is not accessible to another network, what do we do?
Netting.
Wonderful. Mapping. What do we do? So guys, I will say, hey, I will travel to this path. Is it possible? Yes. Here we have ET0 and we'll inform, hey, the moment you get the traffic to your IP address on a certain port, you map to that particular container, divert that to the traffic to that particular container. So now let's say if you want to access this one, 80 port, if you want to access this one, you can map it 81 port. Here you can access to this one, 82 port. Why? Because you cannot have the same port because there's only one network at the host machine. But container is still running on 80 port, 80 port, 80 port, and stuff like that. Did you understand this?
Here we can use same port in all containers.
See, node, we can not use the same port. Why? Because the node has only one network. And we discussed right in the morning, only one network, every VMC get it. Because of that, the port number cannot be duplicated. But in the container, because you also here you get a network. So here also 80 port, 80 port, 80 port. But the direction should be, I mean, if I hit to the 81 port, this will redirect to 81 port. Sorry, 80 port here. And if I hit to the 81 port, this will redirect to 80 port of that container. And if I hit the 82 of the host machine, this will redirect to the 80 port of that particular container. So here is 80, 80, 80, but here is 80, 81, 82. Why? Because the host machine, we have only one network. In this container also one network, one network, one network. So the uniqueness of port number can be done which we discussed in the first hour itself. Make sense?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Yeah, so what do we do? How do we do that? So there, guys, there's a manual ways to do that also that I'm not teaching you. I'm not teaching you networking, but Docker way. So how do we do that? So for doing it, guys, one command I want to tell you, and that is called run command. So guys, let me ask you one thing. Let me ask you one thing. Let me ask you one thing. Are you comfortable with the pull command? Tell me. Pull command. All of you? Hello, I'm asking.
Fairly.
Yes.
Pull will download the image, correct? Are you comfortable with the create command, by the way?
Yes.
Not very comfortable.
Yes. Are you comfortable with the start command?
Yes.
And that's
Are you
good.
comfortable? Are you comfortable with the attach command?
Yes.
Attach. Just now I checked. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Correct. Huh? So guys, this whole command is equal to run command. That's all. We don't use this flow because we use run a lot. So if you want to do pull plus create plus start and attach to the PID on the container, we do run command. And many people use -d option, D for detached. So what does that mean? So run -d will do pull plus create plus start and do not attach. By default it's attached, but do not attach. Will you remember this commands?
Okay.
Wonderful. So if you can remember that, so from now onwards, guys, I will use these commands. Okay. So guys, now the question is Docker run HTTPD. What does that mean? Tell me.
It will pull, create, start, and attach.
Wonderful. So can I run it in front of you? Look at my screen, guys. See, I lost my console. Why? Because I attached to the container. I attached to the container. Correct now?
Yeah.
PID1. Can I kill this? Container gone. And then it's got exited. So guys, that way I cannot work. It's good for the troubleshooting, but that way I cannot work. So what do we do? Remember? Detached. So now guys, here look at my screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and the magic of Docker. See, it's just 8 GB RAM, and you can create 80 to 90 Apache containers. Are you seeing that magic of Docker? See it. Understood now?
Yes. Clear.
So this is the power of Docker. Don't take it lightly. So the question was, how can I access a container from the outside? So here, you know what, guys? I'm evolving this command slowly. So here, what I'm going to do is, I will say, hey, P is port export, 80 port, 80 port. Now this is the meaning we should understand this. What is the meaning? This first 80 is a node port, and second 80 is a container port. Node port where the Docker is running, okay? And container port. I'll put it up one more time. Here I'll make it 81 external port. Container will be 80 port again because hard coded in the image itself. So here 81.1 will be node port. 80. So what should I do in order to access this container? 80, 81, 82, 83, and just so on. You can do that, guys. So can I run it quickly in front of you? So here, this is the 81. This is a 80. So 80. This is 81. This is a 82. This is 83. Each container has a IP address you can access locally, but from outside, I want to access. So for that IP address of node, this is 80. This is 81. This is 82. This is 83. This is 84. 84 we don't have. Got it? All of you?
Yes, clear.
Simple. So guys, the question was, how do I get inside a container? You can exit IT mode, attach if you build if bash. Come out of the container without killing control PQ. Run is equal to pull plus create plus start plus attach. And if you want to do not attach, -d. And if you want to access the container from outside of the host, you have to expose it. Why? Because the container network is different, your node network is different. So you have to expose using -t option. Are you comfortable, all of you guys?
Can we tweak those front ports 81, 82, 83?
This one, this internal port of the container?
External ports as per
Yeah, I'm
our
tweaking.
requirement.
Yes, I'm running 82, 83. You can make it 80, 90 also. It's up to you. Which anything which is available, you can make it.
Okay.
It's availability, depends on availability. 82, I run it because it was available. I was doing, I'm not using for some other application on the host machine. Make sense, guys?
So Rajesh, again, what I can understand here, all the Docker instances, okay, so they we do not have to do any kind of manual configuration of maybe networking. So that is just internal to the host and the Docker instances. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, local scope. Internet is, network is local created.
Okay.
And the whole world is like that, sir. Whole world is like that. Your
Okay.
house is connected with a one LAN, and from then other LAN. The whole world is working like that. LAN connected to WAN, and that's how we connect it to all together. The whole world is working the port forwarding. The AWS we did in the last session, we did the port forwarding. Remember the public IP address port?
Right. So I'm just trying to understand again. In the beginning, I asked you what is the difference between VM and Docker instances. So basically, here we are just doing the port translation. There is no network level configuration that is required in the Docker instances. Correct?
No. The major difference, if we say, the VM has a kernel. Container have no kernel. That's a major difference. Now the question is, if you're talking in terms of networking, so here understand that the container network which we configured is a local network. We use that. I'll just tell you which network. I'm getting into little depth. I didn't want it to confuse you, but Docker network ls. I'm using this bridge. But you know what? There's a multiple different kind of network drivers are available, like a bridge, NAT, host, none, and so many different drivers are available. So I will not get into that, otherwise your understanding of container will get little bit merged with some different concepts. But in a simple way, I'm telling you, the container or VMs you can run with any different kind of drivers. Now, which driver is useful for you, you can define. So by default, the container is getting the bridge network, and which is inbuilt actually. Its scope is local. That means these drivers are for giving the IP address and setting up the network at the local scope only, not for outside.
Okay.
Little bit of networking fundamentally, if you just spend offline, probably you'll understand a little bit more better.
So being as a user, consider I'm sitting into the organization and I want to access Docker server. So Docker server always available publicly, right? On public internet. So
sorry, your voice is breaking. Can you please repeat one more time?
yeah. So Docker server always be available on public, right? Over the public internet.
Docker server is nothing but one virtual machines for you, which can be accessible through SSH. Now the question you should be, if I run some container inside the Docker server, can I access it from outside? Yes, you have to do this one. I'm talking the container. Anyways, Docker host you can access through SSH if it is accessible over the network. Got it?
Yeah.
I was talking the container, not a Docker host. Docker daemon I don't want to access. I want to access the application running inside a container. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so I have taught you these commands also. Now, guys, I have one page, and I have listed out all these commands for myself, not for you guys, but you can use it. And that is here. Okay. Now here I have all these commands which I want to try it out. Okay, this is the command reference. And so what I did, I divided all this Docker command, which is here. Look at my screen, all of you. Docker help. These all commands I divide into two sections. What sections? So there are certain commands which you have to use it first time, like in one version I tried it out. Now, if you want to work with the container, these are the commands will be helpful for you. And if you want to monitor the container, these are the commands will help you. If you want to work with images, these commands will help you here. And if you want to share an image with the registry, this command will help. So now, one by one, I'll just go ahead and see that which command I have used it in this session and which command I have not used it, and accordingly, quick demo I'll show you, and then followed. And after that, I'll move on to the one very important session, and that is called creating an image, which is a very important. You must all stay till that time, because if you miss that session, you miss everything. Okay, so can we run the rapid fire round sort of things now? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, attach command I have run. CP command. So guys, here what you can do is, let's see, there's so many containers, right? So I need to Docker stop all containers and remove all containers. So I need to stop and using the command which is uh, uh, yes. So I need to stop all the container. So I'm stopping the container using the command, which is this one. I stop all the container together, and then finally I'll remove all the container together, just for the quick demo, so you can have a little bit of clean understanding of it. And let me remove. Done. Guys, it's so simple. Now I have no container. You see that? Done. Now, guys, I'm going to create one container. Docker run -itb Ubuntu. Spelling mistake. See, there's only one container I'm having it. Okay, Docker ps. This container. Okay. Now I'm going to run the rapid fire. So look at my screen, guys. Very important session. All of you have to, Okay. So guys, there's one command which is cp. Cp command will do what? Please hear me out. You can copy any file from the host machine to the container, and from the container to the host machine. Simple. From the host to container, container to host. Then you'll ask Rajesh, can I copy the files from one container to another container not using Docker command? We don't have a Docker command, but there's a way that is called volumes. Okay, so there's one file in my directory which is get.docker.sh file. I want to copy. So Docker cp this file I want to copy inside a container, and where I want to copy under the tmp. Done. And can I see that? So exec container id ls emp, and you see the file is there.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.